Live from Public Access Cable, it's The Conspiracy Game! The unreality show that replaces fact with fiction. Now here's your host, author of the Davinci Secrets, the king of conspiracies himself, Danny Brownstuff!
Hey! Here are the game rules. Each contestant will receive a list of facts about Christianity. They must then deny those facts and spin a conspiracy theory out of their own personal agenda. Are we ready?
Our first contestant is a member of the Jesus Seminar and author of the autobiography, How to Believe in God Without Really Believing in God. Please welcome Bishop Demon Spawn!
Well, actually, it's Damon Spawn. But if it gets more people to buy my book, that's perfectly dandy with me, Damon Spawn.
It says here you're being investigated by the Attorney General for plagiarism, academic fraud, and attempting to replace Simon on American Idol.
Well, that's why you should buy my book, to see what the scandal's all about.
Okay, Bishop, on with the game. Fact: the New Testament was written in the 1st century. Fact: fake books called the Gnostic Gospels were written 100 years later and were ripoffs of the Bible. Fact: Jesus claimed to be God. Now, create a conspiracy!
Right then, the Gnostic Gospels, you see, are the real Gospels. And the real Gospels are the fake ones. The church suppressed the Gnostic Gospels to increase their profit margin. Yes. Now, Jesus never claimed to be God. It was the church that took a vote some 400 years later and made him into this tribal deity.
So the church committed plagiarism and academic fraud to suit their own purposes because they wanted more people to buy their books?
It's all about the bottom line, Danny. Royalties, my boy.
Oh, well, Bishop sounds suspiciously like someone I know. Now, on to our next contestant.
Next, we have the president of NAG, the National Association of Academic Goddesses. Her latest book, Jesus Christus, exposes the fascist religious conspiracy to hide the fact that Jesus was a woman trapped in a man's body. Please welcome Billy Babson!
That's an unusual name for a woman, Billy. Where'd you get it?
My father always wanted a boy, but he got me instead. So my name is a daily reminder that all men are patriarchal, fascist oppressors of women.
Okay, well, back to the game. Fact: Jesus called God his father and claimed to be his only son. Fact: New Testament Christianity gave women more respect than its surrounding cultures did. Fact: the Bible condemns paganism, including goddess religion. Now, create a conspiracy!
God is a woman, not a man. Jesus actually wanted Mary Magdalene to be the head of the church. But the apostles were patriarchal, fascist oppressors of women. So they turned God into a man instead of the goddess that he really is. I mean, she really is. Or should I say he, she? Or she, he.
So the church wanted God to be a boy, not a girl.
Just like my father. Patriarchal, fascist oppressors of women.
That's genius. Genius. Let's move on.
Our next contestant is Professor of Spin Doctoring and Language Games at Berkeley University. His new book, just released, Jesus Didn't Really Say What He Said. Please welcome Jacques Ladida.
Susanna, I have to go. I am on a game show. I love you. Au revoir. Sorry, my wife. Christine, I told you never to call me on this line. I adore you. Never call me again. Where were we?
That's what your wife and girlfriend want to know.
Is this broadcast live?
Back to the game. Fact: Jesus was single and celibate his entire life. Fact: the Bible celebrates marriage and condemns adultery. Now, create a conspiracy!
How about this? Jesus was Mary Magdalene's lover, but the church tried to cover it up because they are puritanical prudes who hate the fun, and they want to force their capitalistic imperialist hegemony on the marginalized multicultural minorities. Excusez-moi. Billy, you know you are the only one for me. Did I win?
Thank you, Jacques, Billy, and Bishop Spawn. Well, you've heard them. 3 wacky conspiracy theories, all created out of the dark recesses of each contestant's fears and neuroses about God. On tomorrow's show, we'll tally your votes to see which of these tall tales the gullible American public will fall for. Then I'll plagiarize that theory in my next fictional novel. Laughing all the way to the bank. I'm Danny Brownstuff, and you've been watching The Conspiracy Game.
All characters on the show are entirely fictional. Any resemblance to people in real life, in name or looks, alive or dead, is purely coincidental. Yeah, right.